Good morning, all. I hope you slept well. I did sleep well. Whew. Had a lot come to me. I did. So, it came to me just a minute ago. When you connect with yourself, you connect with your truth, you connect with who you are, it's very easy to pick up on people when they are being disingenuous with you. When they are coming at you in a manner filled with deceit, misguidance, and illusion and tactic. And it's also easy to pick up on ones that have previously perhaps came at you in that manner, however, have changed their tone. They've changed their tone a little bit. You can pick up on that as well. And you can pick up on it when they're being genuine and when they now see you for who you are. Rather, see you versus the false narratives, the illusions, the tactics, and the smear campaigns that flew high for many, many years. And they take responsibility for it. They take responsibility for it. And I'm starting to pick up on that now. And so often enough, there's not many that do take responsibility for it. But there have been a few. There have been a few. And it's one of those things. And that's why I just allow things to play out how they're supposed to play out when it comes to the false narratives and the smear campaigns and the tactics and the illusions and the attacks and whatever. I just let it play out. You know, I've made multiple videos. I've known there's been something going on for quite a while. I know a lot of people didn't think that I caught on to it, but I did. And I was taking mental notes the whole time and putting it in my little chest and just kind of sitting on it, trying to figure out why in the world would I have the people I love the most doing the most when it comes to this type of behavior. It was very hard for me to come to terms with. So it took me a bit to get there, but we are there. And for example, when people say, take responsibility for who you are. Okay, first of all, that's a bold statement. And who are you to tell me who I am? Exactly. And if you think you know who I am, by all means, do share. Do share. Don't say a manipulative, gaslighting choice of words like that and think you're going to get me in a negative headspace to me to adopt the thinking that you carry for you to take responsibility of who you are. First of all, we all know who we are. We walk in the truth of who we are. And when we walk in the truth, we take responsibility of who we are. We don't have anything to prove. Now, those that say things like that perhaps have something to prove, I would venture to say. Because generally speaking, when you know who you are, you don't go around telling people to take responsibility of who they are. Why? Why is that your job? Why? I mean, I'm just asking. So did God elect you to be that said person in this world to tell people who and what they should be and how they need to be? And when they're being that way, it's their responsibility to take it for who they are. That's you, right? I mean, do you understand how it's wasted conversation when you pick up on where people's headspace is at? You know, some people just don't have an open mind. They have a closed-minded. A lot of religious people carry that. It's their way or the highway. It's their religious beliefs, and there's no wavering on that. What they say is what they say goes. And that's fine. If they adopt that, that's fine. If they adopt that thinking, that is fine. Give them space for that. Excellent question. I wanted a breakdown of accusations versus illusions when dealing with false narratives and smear campaigns. This goes to the heart of psychological warfare and reputation control. When someone or a group tries to destroy your credibility through false narratives and smear campaigns, the tactics are often built on two pillars. Accusations, claims meant to actually appear factual, and illusions, perceptions meant to feel true. Like, for example, when I have been mistreated on the grand scale, until a true apology and accountability has been met, I'm not going to put myself in that same scenario again. That just doesn't even make sense. Blood or not, family or not, right? Like, I just won't. Like, Thanksgiving's coming up and I'm not going. I will absolutely not go. Absolutely not. There needs to be an apology, and there needs to be an acceptance of mistreatment. And if you don't want to take that, well, that's fine. I won't be attending. All good in the hood here. You know what I mean? I'm not in the business to entertain giving people the green light to being evil people. I'm not at all. Whatever helps you sleep at night, by all means, please do. Whatever helps you lay your pillow down at night, please do. And I'm not over here worrying about it or stressing about it by any means. But I ain't going to play these games. These games are done. Done. The book is closed. Nature, statements that can be tested for truth. She did X, so it must be so, because they said so. Psychological constructs. They feel true, but are not based on a fact. Because so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so said so, it must be true. It must be true, because they're credible people. Well, I beg to differ. Once you start peeling back those onion layers, it would be a very interesting read in reference to their credibility and how they've achieved said positionings that they're in with their stacked businesses. Goal. They create a record or trail of claims to illusions to create a feeling or perception that becomes social reality. I've got a record too, and all mine is based on truth that I filed through the courts. This is what's so ironic to me. If people have a record of claims, why wouldn't it be done in the court system? Why do we have to play all of these games to prove what you said was true? Why? Make it make sense. Proof can be refuted with evidence, and that's the beauty. It can be refuted with evidence. And that's why I've taken this entire year to build my evidence. And now I'm going back and building my evidence from previous, because I have that too. I just didn't recognize the fact that I had evidence at the time. Harder to disprove because it's built on emotion or suggestion, audience reaction, rational evaluation. Did she really? Emotional conjunction. Something about her seems off. Oh, I bet. Something about me did seem off. Imagine living in a false reality where you had people attacking you and setting you up around you the whole time. I bet I did seem pretty off. I completely agree. Not to mention I was battling addictions to numb the toxic work environment I was in, filled with toxic manipulators doing the most. Control method, legal administration, weaponization, social and psychological manipulation. This is what they do. They use the system and weaponize it, just like they use God's name and weaponize it. How false narratives are constructed. A smear campaign operates on psychological operations. PSYOP and miniature relies on group reinforcement. They took a whole community to prove a narrative. That's got to be something, I'd say. A seed of doubt. Introduce a vague emotional story. I heard she. It's all vague. It's all hearsay. It's all vague and hearsay. And if it wasn't vague and hearsay, people would come and talk to me to my face. Amplify through reputation. The more it's said, the more it's believed. And that's what they did. They went on a whole campaign. Everyone else thinks this, so it must be true. We got to join the crowd. Heaven forbid we stand against